Hey guys, how's it going? It's Ben here again. I love life. I don't know about you. I'm sure you're going through things. Maybe you have a really good day. Maybe you had a really bad day. But no matter what happens, life is still going to happen. And you got to be thankful for all the days that you are given, because not many people are given the opportunity that you have. If you're watching this video, you have Wi-Fi. You have some type of electronic. I'm blessed that I'm able to record this video and share this message with you. But the reason why you're watching this right now is because there is a little feeling within your gut that you feel every day, multiple times a day even, that you are meant for more, that you have something bigger to offer than what you're just kind of going through right now. And although things might be just a little uncertain, maybe a little unclear, maybe you're just completely confused about the direction you're supposed to go in, that's okay. I'm 17. I've gone through a bunch of things. I've gone through a bunch of fails. I've gone through a bunch of wins. And I can confidently say that everything has built me up into the person I am today. And everything that I go through today will build me up into the person tomorrow. And I love that. That's why I love life. That's why I love this beautiful gift that the Lord has offered me of being able to live in this beautiful realm and share my thoughts with you. So, guys, my name is Ben Arbitante, like I said. I'm just a regular kid who's about to be an adult. I turned 18 in about 1 month. So, time has been going by pretty fast. And I was literally just thinking about it today, about when I went on a cruise ship, which was in 2014. It was a Disney cruise. And those memories I could kind of picture in my head, but they're starting to fade away. And the older you get, you'll realize that, the good and the bad you'll remember, but it's always the good that, outweighs the bad. And I'm just so grateful for everything that I've encountered. And I'm sure you think about, great moments on a daily basis. Maybe you go back in your camera roll or your Snapchat memories and look back at great times. And it's awesome to think about the things you've encountered. But, sometimes it's okay to just get a fresh start. Sometimes it's okay to do something new that kind of scares you. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I want to build a personal brand. I want to build an opportunity to showcase and show everything that I've gone through in my own explanation and share it with people so that they can get maybe some type of motivation or some type of mindset switch that they can implement in their own life in order to achieve the goals that they want to accomplish. That's my why. That's why I'm doing it. And as you know, I kind of stepped away from selling a course on a business model that I wasn't even fully confident in performing myself. So I stepped away from it because I heard this saying online that, not all money is good money. Not all money is money that you want to bring into your life, because there's a bunch of things on the side that play a role that might not be the greatest. My business partners that I used to work with were amazing. I wouldn't be in the position I am without them. The lessons I learned in sales, honestly, the best lessons and skills I could have ever learned. But there were some mental side effects with it. That 1% doubt in asking myself, is this the right thing? Is this me? And I figured out that it wasn't. It wasn't me. And I know that I preach it a lot, that you could change your life if you just put your mindset to it. And it kind of just sounds cliche because you're just listening to some 17-year-old kid tell you this, but it's real. There's opportunity in taking a risk, like posting on social media consistently, getting brand deals, getting UGC deals, getting opportunities to sell some type of offer with your skill set that you've learned and that you've shared people that you're good at. And I think just building a personal brand for me was amazing because it made me realize that there's so much more to life than living it in your own eyes when you could share with other people your story. Everything that you go through, that's beautiful. Showing people that anything is possible if the right mindset is taken in place, if the right actions are done. It's all just limitless. It's insane how many people you see online talk about it, the edits you see, the motivational videos you see. It gets consumed in your brain, and then you feel this dopamine rush thinking that it's happened to you, but yet you haven't done anything to make it come to reality. You haven't done anything to make it true. So you sit and you realize that you can make something happen, but the only thing stopping you from actually making it work, finding success, changing your life, getting out of that 9 to 5, supporting your parents, supporting your family, is that decision that you know you're supposed to make. That gut decision that feels a little uncertain, maybe a little scary, maybe a little risky, which is completely normal. But that one right there, that's the one that's going to change everything. That's the one that's going to open up new doors. That's the one that's going to allow you to learn so many things about yourself that you had no clue were even there. That's beautiful. That's life. And even if you don't post social media, if you don't post content, if you're not building a personal brand, this applies to literally everything that you do, okay? All of your past, all of your future, and all of your present relies off of one thing, and that's just taking it. That's just taking the risk. That's just pulling the trigger. And I'm a firm believer in, change is only possible with change. And I'm not talking about, money. I'm not talking about penny, nickels, and dimes. I'm talking about just believing in yourself when even you don't fully believe in yourself. It's okay to have that little bit of doubt. For me, as you know, I've kind of explained it a little bit. I scooter. I spend most of my time scootering. And I'm at a place called Woodward Camp right now. As you can see, there's a little Hollywood sign right here. And I'll show you at the end of the video this view that I'm looking at. But there's multiple skate parks here, and I'm spending most of my day riding my scooter, doing tricks on it. And no, this isn't just your typical Razor scooter. This is, a pretty professional scooter. And I'm not a professional by any means, but I was filming one of my friends today, and he was trying a really hard trick. It was super difficult. And he asked me to come out and film him, and I said, yeah, let's do it. And I wasn't expecting to film as long as I did, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And he was just going back and forth and back and forth and failing and failing and failing. And I could see it through his face. The dehydration, the fatigue, the way that his body was almost giving up on him. And he kept saying out loud, I'm about to stop, I'm about to stop. And I told him 5 more tries. I'll film it 5 more times and then we could stop. And then he got closer. And then he landed one of the tricks, but it was a little bit sketchy. So we said, let's just redo it. I'll give you 5 more tries. And I think after the amount of times I said 5 more tries, he got it on the 100th and something try. And it took him about an hour and 15 minutes to land it. And it was so motivating for me, even though I was filming and I felt really, I don't even know the word, lucrative, just sitting there, recording in the same exact position, even though I wasn't doing the hard work. And when he stomped it, he was just so ecstatic. And I was ecstatic for him because he put in so much time and effort into what he wanted to accomplish, which was landing that trick. And that's why scootering itself has taught me a lot of lessons about life, because no matter how many times you fail, no matter how many times you try it, and if you land it and it just doesn't look good, you can do something better. There's another level that you could achieve. There is another level of greatness that is available if you decide to go for it. Because if he just gave up after 15 minutes, he wouldn't have landed the trick. I would have wasted storage on my iPhone, and he probably would have been in a bad mood the rest of the day when we went out to get lunch. But he didn't. He didn't give up, and I didn't let him give up. Because I know that in life, you are going to just get the door shut right on your face, and it's gonna suck, and you're gonna have this doubt monster creep in and creep in harder and harder. But if you could allow your soul and your heart to push through, no matter if your body is giving up, no matter if the elements are taking control, no matter if you're dehydrated, no matter if every single factor seems like it's not bound to happen, if you choose to give it just one more try, it'll happen. It might not be the next one. It might not be the 10th try. It might not be the 1,000th, but it will happen. And that's just like anything you put your mind to. You know, too many people are expecting easy handouts, expecting easy way outs, expecting to go viral after posting their first video. No, that's not how this works at all. You have to learn from your trials and errors. You have to learn from the mistakes you make. That's how champions are built. That's how legacy is built. That's how mental fortitude is built. Because the Lord gave us the strength within to keep fighting forward, to get the opportunity that we have. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of the game. Is playing your cards right. Is understanding that it's okay. You know, I've failed in front of many people. You know, I've tried tricks for hours in front of big crowds and not landed them. This past month ago, when I was at the Chicago Street Jam in front of probably 500 scooter riders, I was going for a trick that I almost just didn't even believe in myself, but I know I would have been able to do it in my past. And I was just about to go for it, but I didn't, because I didn't fully believe in myself. And after we left that spot and a few hours went by, I just kept saying, I know I had that. I know I could get that done. And it was that doubt monster in the moment telling me that I couldn't. It was that little small external factor of thinking I could get hurt or thinking that it just wasn't for me that stopped me from doing it. And it's fine that I didn't actually send a 20-foot jump, because no matter what, life restarted the next day. I can't go back to it. Maybe in the future I can go back to that spot when there's not as many people and land it, but it won't be that exact position, and that's okay. I didn't get the trick I wanted to land. Today my friend got the trick he wanted to land. People are going to go through their own stories. People are going to go through their own trials and errors. People are going to have their own wins. People are going to have their own losses. You're going to have your own wins. You're going to have your own losses. So what? Bounce back. Let's restart the next day. You know, if you get a win in Fortnite, you could ready up with your crown. You might get another win. You'll get a crown win. Maybe you won't. That's fine. You got to win the game before. Now let's ready up again. Let's play. That's all it is. Restart, restart, reps, reps, reps. It's cliche, telling people to do something over and over again, no matter if you get results or not, it's going to suck. Because for me personally, when I was in sales, I would be, taking 100 to 200 to 300 cold calls in a day. And sometimes I wouldn't book meetings. It sucked. I showed up the next day. That's all it is. Life's beautiful. Life's beautiful because you get many chances. All right? But you have to take the chance that you are given on that day to full opportunity, giving it your maximum effort. Because if you don't, who knows? You might not get it tomorrow. Only thing that's guaranteed is waking up today. Once you get out of that dream, or once you get out of that deep sleep, when you see reality start to hit you, you get one more day. Then you go to sleep, and if you're blessed enough to wake up, you get another day. Play your cards right, play the game, and keep playing. Because you never know when you're going to win. You never know when you're going to hit the jackpot. That's life right there. Again, y'all, I'm just a 17-year-old that's about to get into the real world. I told you guys I would show you this view, so I'll show you it here. It's very beautiful. This is what I get to look like. This is what I get to look like. This is what I get to look at. It's a beautiful place, beautiful opportunities. I get to wake up and I get to see this place, so I'm blessed. So y'all, that's it for today's little yap. As you know, I'm going to be spamming these for the 1 viewer, for the 10 viewers, for the 1,000 viewers who watch this. I don't know, but if you made it here, understand that you're loved. You should be loving. You should be thankful for these opportunities you're given. I'm not going to put in amount of effort to add some audio or some captions or some cuts to this. This is raw. This is me. If you stuck to the end, I love you and appreciate you. Remember though, stay hungry, stay motivated, and stay freaking racking, baby. I'll catch you on the next one.